Hey everyone, it's been I think a little over 2 weeks since I made my last kind of update video to the Golem Elementalist, and I think this video right now is gonna probably serve to be the final update video. I think after this video there's really no point for me to make any more updates because really nothing at this point is gonna change. So. I'm level 99 now, haven't started the push to level 100, and I probably won't start until the end of this month because I am about to be hit with a ton of exams. So I'm still level 99 for now, but basically for the last week or so, I've actually been level 99 for I want to say about a week now. I've just been farming currency. Just to get those last little bits of upgrades. So I've been level 99, but I'll definitely be pushing to 100 once my term ends. So in terms of the gear, obviously as you can tell, there's been some changes. The helm, I crafted what is more or less going to be my final helm I'll use. So the bone helmet with the flesh offering enchant and pretty good rolls. So mainly the life, the minion damage for percent increased minion damage, and it has the nearby enemies take 9% increased physical damage. I paid I think 20 exalts for the base, just for the Elder bone helmet with the enchant alone, and then I crafted it myself. So I landed on this. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. So it's missing like +3 gems, and the life could be higher, but this is good enough, and I don't really need too much more than this. The next thing, I'll actually show the clip. Basically what I've been farming for the last week is I was farming demons. I was farming the demon divination card set, and here is a clip of me turning it in. So there it is. I'm pretty happy with these rolls. I hit 20% pride, which, funny enough, is more or less exactly what I wanted because I'm using pride. So getting a perfect pride roll was pretty insane. The skill effect, I don't know entirely. It's definitely not really useful for my build. Definitely something like movement speed on flask effect would have been better, and it probably would have been more expensive too if it hit something like that. But the skill effect duration is okay. It's really not a super big win, but it doesn't hurt. So luckily I didn't get something like determination or effect or percent increased strength and dex, or there's something completely useless like that. So the skill effect is fine. I'm not entirely sure what these mods would be good for on a build. Maybe like Blade Vortex, maybe like a Fizz Blade Vortex, but not a lot of people run a pure Fizz Blade Vortex. Most people do Ellie conversion. So I don't know exactly. I'm sure there's some skills that are useful for pride and skill effect duration, but unless I'm like missing something big, then I'm not entirely sure how these two would well synergize. But overall, this is a great Headhunter. I paid about, on average, I think 15 to 16 exalts per card. So this Headhunter costed me roughly 155 exalts. So I'm totally fine with that. So that's pretty much the clip there. So that's what I'm running here. Yeah, pretty nice. I had to switch up one of my rings just to make sure I had cap resists, and I actually just found this ring laying in my stash, and it turned out to be really good. So I'm just using that. Everything else is the same. So we got the +1 chain, the +1 brass dome. Everything is done. Some changes on the skill tree. So I got a couple more levels, a few more skill points, I guess, and I'm running a couple medium clusters just to get another 2 renewals. So mainly just what I need on this is the jewel socket and renewal. Nothing else really matters. So I'm just pathing through renewal and then the final jewel socket, and that just gives me another 20% chance for double damage. So the build is now at 55% chance for double damage, which is pretty nice. So just to do kind of a final little showcase here, I'm just going to run a Burial Chambers map, and I think I will pretty much more or less conclude the build on YouTube on this note. Obviously, I'm still going to play it, I'm still going to level to 100, but in terms of the final video, I think this is going to be it. So let me just pop this guy in. I'm going to go ahead and let's just throw in Einhar with the, let's do Beyond. So overall, really pleased with how this build went. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to get it to this level of gear, and didn't expect to get level 99. So overall, pretty happy with the results. Oh, and as a little side note, I'm going to get a bunch of lag here, so I apologize for that. I really can't do anything about that. Unfortunately, I'm on my school laptop, and it only has an i5, which for PoE is kind of hard to cut it. So one thing with this build, again, even like with something like a Headhunter, the point of the Headhunter is that the mods, the aura mods specifically, affect the golems. So things like the haste, stuff like that. It also boosts it for the golems too. So you can see they have the auras as well. So that was kind of the point of the Headhunter. The Headhunter is really a kind of a little. It's absolutely not necessary. You definitely by no means need a Headhunter. So it's just kind of, again, like sort of icing on the cake. Yeah. So this is unfortunately how my computer runs this game, which is a little sad, but it is what it is. So one thing with this build is it's definitely not the fastest clearing build. Obviously, a Cyclone will clear a lot faster than this. So it definitely it's not a fast mapper. Let's put it that way. So like Headhunter, it's not. This isn't the perfect build for a Headhunter. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. But it still does clear at a good speed, and it's not something you can really complain about, especially with the fact of how well it does on bosses. And again, I apologize for the lag. There's just absolutely nothing I can do about this.
Orb of alchemy. An orb of immense power.
Yeah, it definitely has some issues with clearing just large amount of mobs on the screen, because the golems can only go so far. So that's I guess one little tidbit on that. So it's not the best map clearing build. Ideally, I would have had Alva on this just to extend the delirium. I've actually gotten up to 90 splinters on one run, so definitely does have the possibility to be like a splinter farmer, but probably not the most efficient one. Legion's also one of those things where it can pose a little bit of an issue, because it can't really clear everything. It's just too much mobs on one screen. But in terms of bossing, in terms of just doing general mapping, it's still absolutely fine. So I think once I get this guy to 100, I think what I want to do is I might I kind of want to try some kind of really fast Queen of the Forest Cycloner, maybe using a Raider with this Headhunter. So I might kind of play around with that as a next build potentially. So yeah, let me just finish this thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this character basically, I mean, in terms of upgrades, I really can't make any more upgrades. I mean, it's everything's pretty much done at this point. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the character. I'll still have the POB for this, and I'm not going to disassemble this character or anything like that. So if I start a new build, I'll probably just, I have 20 exalts laying around, so I'll probably just go with the currency I have right now, just laying in my stash to make a new character. So I'm not gonna throw this. I'm not gonna sell off this gear or anything like that. But anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this character. This has been the Stone Golem Elementalist, and yeah, got roughly, I don't know, like something like 2.5 mirrors worth of gear. So pretty nuts. If you guys have any questions or anything, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments below. You can also PM me in game. I am going to be here a little less now that I have to start studying and have exams coming up, but in any case, I'll try to answer all the questions. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.